Welcome to Iguacu National Park, both on the Brazilian and Argentinian sides, from which we will see this natural wonder. The name Iguazu comes from the Guarani or Tupi Native American words, I meaning water and Wasu meaning big. Legend has it that a deity planned to marry a beautiful woman named Naipi, who fled with her mortal lover, Taroba, in a canoe. In a rage, the deity sliced the river, creating the waterfalls and condemning the lovers to an eternal fall. The first European to record the existence of the falls was the Spanish conquistador Alvar Núñez Cabeza de Vaca in 1541. The staircase character of Iguazu Falls consists of a two-step waterfall formed by 3 layers of basalt and igneous rock. The steps are 35 and 40 meters in height. The columnar basalt rock sequences are part of the 1,000-meter thick Serra Geral formation with the Paleozoic-Mesozoic Paraná Basin. The tops of these sequences are characterized by 8 to 10 meters of highly resistant vesicular basalt, and the contact between these layers controls the shape of the falls. Headwater erosion rates are estimated at 1.4 to 2.1 centimeters per year. The Iguazu Falls are located where the Iguazu River tumbles over the edge of the Paraná Plateau, 23 kilometers, about 14 miles, upriver from the Iguazu's confluence with the Paraná River. Numerous islands along the 2.7 meter long, that's about 1.7 miles, edge divide the falls into many separate waterfalls and cataracts, varying between 60 and 82 meters, which is 197 to 269 feet high. The number of these smaller waterfalls fluctuates from 150 to 300 depending on the water level. About half of the river's flow falls into a long and narrow chasm called the Devil's Throat. The Devil's Throat Canyon is 80 to 90 meters wide and 70 to 80 meters deep. Left of this canyon, another part of the river forms the 160 to 200 individual falls which merge into a single front during flood stage. The largest falls are named San Martin, Adam and Eva, Penoni, and Bergano. About 900 meters, that is 2,950 feet, of the 2.7 kilometer or 1.7 mile length does not have water flowing over it. The water of the lower Iguazu collects in a canyon that drains into the Paraná River, a short distance downstream from the Itaipu Dam. The junction of the water flow marks the border between Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay. Some points in the cities of Foz do Iguaçu, Brazil, Puerto Iguaçu, Argentina, and Ciudad del Este, Paraguay, have access to the Iguazu River. Where the borders of all 3 nations may be seen has become a popular tourist attraction for visitors to these 3 cities. All about the boardwalks of Iguazu Falls are the South American Coatis, also known as Coati Mundi. As can be seen here, these animals have a way of endearing themselves to the tourists. The South American coati is a member of the raccoon family and is easily recognized by its reddish-brown fur and elongated snout. Although this species is quite variable in color, the usual coloration is an orange or reddish to dark brown or black. The body also often has an overlay of some yellow. The South American coati's snout, however, is dark brown to black, with more yellow hair towards the front, giving a somewhat grizzled appearance. The South American coati's elongated snout is very useful for searching crevices and holes for food. Studies have shown that the South American coati is an important seed disperser. When it consumes fruits, the seeds pass through the digestive tract and are then released in its droppings in other places. black vulture is a broad-winged scavenger common in the Iguazu area. In low flight, it proceeds with several quick flaps, followed by a flat-winged glide. When rising thermals provide good lift, it soars very high above the ground. This enables it to forage for food, looking for carrion on the ground. Indeed, the diet of the black vulture is mostly carrion. It feeds on carcasses of dead animals of all sizes. At times, the black vulture will eat eggs of other birds, as well as those of turtles and lizards. It may also kill and eat the young of some birds and sea turtles. It sometimes eats newborn young of larger mammals.
Giant.
Borboleta em português.
Mariposa em espanhol.
Iguazu Falls is home, not surprisingly, to many attractive species of butterflies. Here we see the Ocho Ocho, also known as Kramer's 88. It is named for the two number 8s seen on its wings. snail kite uses its slender, curved bill to extract its primary prey, the apple snail, from its shell. Now officially known as simply a snail kite, the subspecies from Florida and Cuba formerly were known as the Everglades snail kite. The Plush-crested Jay is a commonly seen resident of the Iguazu Falls area. It is a medium to large bird of the crow and jay family. The Plush-crested Jay is an omnivore, and its diet includes many small invertebrates, such as insects. It also eats some fruit, occasionally eggs, frogs, and small snakes. It will also consume nuts, corn, and seeds. Butterflies may be eaten after the insect's wings have been removed. The scaly-headed parrot is known from a very broad range across eastern South America, from northeast Brazil south to southern Bolivia, Paraguay, and northern Argentina. Throughout this region, it occurs in a variety of wooded habitats, and the species reaches up to 2,000 meters elevation in northwestern Argentina. The scaly-headed parrot is generally common over much of southern Brazil, but huge numbers have been taken for the pet trade in Argentina, with a consequent decline in numbers in the wild. Seen in the same tree where we observed the scaly-headed parrot, the green-headed tanager is one of the most common and widely distributed species of tangara in the forests of southeastern Brazil. Related to the typical falcons, but very different in shape and habits, is the crested caracara. This species is a strikingly patterned, broad-winged opportunist that often feeds on carrion. Aggressive, it may chase vultures away from roadkills. As an opportunist predator, the southern crested caracara hunts and scavenges in a variety of ways. It often flies low, taking small animals by surprise. It flies along highways early in the morning, searching for roadkills. And here we see some more of the attractive butterflies found in the Iguacu National Park area. I could not identify this species of butterfly. This crimson-patched longwing is an especially attractive butterfly species. very large-headed ants seen here were curiously carrying flower petals, or portions thereof, about the ground. Sightings of the great dusky swift are almost guaranteed along the lower trail at Iguazu Falls in Argentina. The great dusky swift's habitat is waterfalls, which it uses for breeding and roosting. It clings to vertical walls next to or behind active waterfalls and occurs in small colonies. Like other swifts, it is a gregarious species, feeding usually high over the forest canopy, often together with the red-colored swift. The antics of the Coati seem to be ever present along the boardwalks of Iguazu Falls National Park. This Coati appears to have a mouthful of palm fruit. That, of course, it obtained while being at the top of the palm tree it was just on. we see the black vulture roosting. This great egret is no doubt looking for a fish meal. Seen along the river in the Argentina side of Iguazu Falls National Park was a Dutchman's pipe. This species, which was unidentified, is in the genus Aristolochia, and this particular species might be invasive here. These oddly shaped flowers have a specialized pollination mechanism. The plants are aromatic with their strong scent and attract insects. The inner part of the perianth tube is covered with hairs, acting as a fly trap. These hairs then wither to release the fly, which is covered with pollen. Agile and lean, Capuchin monkeys weigh only 3 to 9 pounds. The fur of the Capuchin monkey varies, but is most commonly seen with cream or light tan coloring around the face, neck, and shoulders. The rest of its coat is dark brown. The hair is shorter and darker on the capuchin's back than on other parts of the body. The face of this cute monkey will range from white to pink in color. The tail is long, covered in hair, and is partially able to wrap around branches, as can be seen here. The exact range of the Capuchin monkey is unknown, although it is assumed that they inhabit a large range in Brazil and other parts of Latin America. Capuchin monkeys usually live in large groups of 10 to 35 individuals within the forest, although they can easily adapt to places colonized by humans. Each group is wide-ranging, as members must search for the best areas to feed. They communicate with each other using various calls. Capuchins can jump up to 9 feet, and they use this mode of transport to get from one tree to another. To mark their territories, Capuchin monkeys leave a scent by soaking their hands and feet in urine. Remaining hidden among forest vegetation for most of the day, Capuchin monkeys sleep on tree branches and descend to the ground only to find drinking water. That these Capuchin monkeys are very active during the day is testimony to the fact that they have become very comfortable around human beings. A typical diet for Capuchin monkeys includes fruit, insects, leaves, and even small birds. They are particularly good at catching frogs and cracking nuts, and it is suspected that they may also feed on small mammals. Capuchin monkeys are very clever and easy to train. Because of this, they are used to help people who are quadriplegics in many developed countries. They have also become popular pets and attractions for street entertainment, and they are hunted for meat by local people. However, as Capuchin monkeys have a high reproductive rate and flexibility of habitat, the loss of forest does not as negatively impact the Capuchin monkey populations as it does other monkey species. This large catfish species was easily seen from the bridge crossing the river on the Argentinian side of Iguazu Falls National Park. There are a good number of these catfish in the river, and, as we said earlier, they are readily seen. The neotropic cormorant, as implied by its common name, is the only species of cormorant that can be found in just about every aquatic ecosystem in the neotropics, from just above the Tropic of Cancer to Tierra del Fuego. Its habitat ranges from coastal marshes, large rivers to small streams, cochas, mangroves, high elevation Andean lakes, up to 5,000 meters high, and extensive marshlands. Due to its wide-ranging habitat preferences, the neotropic cormorant has an equally diverse diet, including marine and freshwater fish, crustaceans, frogs, tadpoles, and aquatic insects.
In your feet, right in your feet. Can you see there? A black one?
Popular in the aquarium pet trade is the Plecostomus catfish, or sucker catfish. This species was unidentified, but we can see it clinging to the bottom with its sucker-like mouth. In the heron family Ardeidae, the Cocoi heron occurs across South America. It has predominantly pale gray plumage and a darker gray crest. A carnivore, it hunts fish and crustaceans in shallow water. The lesser Kiskadee is a medium-sized, colorful flycatcher occurring in much of northern South America. The squirrel cuckoo is a pan-neotropical inhabitant of a large diversity of forested, wooded, and disturbed habitats across the entire humidity gradient from tropical deciduous forest, coffee plantations, and gallery forests to primary humid lowland rainforest. It is common and is most often seen gliding from one tree to another or energetically hopping from branch to branch in search of a wide variety of arthropods. The Toco toucan is one of the most recognizable tropical birds in the Americas. The only non-forest toucan, the Toco toucan is found along forest edges and in low wet grassland from Guyana south to Argentina, and from central Brazil west to southeastern Peru. Toco toucans are the largest species of toucan and can be identified by their black body, white bib, red undertail coverts, and large red-orange bill. Toco toucans feed extensively on figs and other fruit, and also occasionally prey on insects and nestling birds. When foraging, these birds travel in small groups in the canopy, gliding in single file from site to site. Happily, the Toco toucan is listed as a species of least concern on the IUCN Global Red List of threatened species due to its extensive geographic range. The global population of the Toco toucan is estimated to be in decline, but at a rate less than that which classifies a species as vulnerable according to the IUCN.